guys, what is going on? Welcome to Guitar Lessons with Scott. I'm Scott, and in this video it's just a complete beginner's guitar lesson. We're going to go over just the three basic things you're going to want to know to get started playing the guitar. And right before I jump in those three things, I'm going to just go over quickly on what kind of guitar are you probably looking for. If you're looking for guitar lessons for your kid and his hands aren't full grown yet, even starting off on the guitar, it's much easier to learn on an electric guitar. Electric guitar is the most ideal guitar to learn on because the neck is smaller, the strings are thinner, easier to press down on, much easier on the hands, much easier to learn how to play songs and chords for the first time. And generally for most people, the electric guitar is a little more fun to get started on. So just to throw that out there, recommend getting an electric guitar. If you look on Craigslist, you could probably find someone selling a good electric guitar and amp for like $60-70 or something. So just to throw that out there. And so assume you have a guitar and you're like, I want to learn some things and get started. That's what we're going to do. So the first thing is you're going to have to know how to tune your guitar. So how to tune your guitar. So what I'd recommend is getting a guitar tuner. Especially starting off tuning by ear would be very, very challenging. So we're just going to assume you're going to want to buy a tuner. You can probably download a guitar tuner on your phone. That'd be a free option right there. If not, you can go buy a cheap one or a more expensive one if you like. And so what are the strings? So if we're going to tune our guitar, the strings are E, A, D, G, B, E. So a saying I used over the years is, elephants and donkeys grow big ears. If you take the first letter of that saying, elephants and donkeys grow big ears, you get E, elephants, A and D, donkeys, G, grow, B, big, E, ears. E, A, D, G, B, E. So if you have a guitar tuner, it's like I got one clip down here, it's a digital one. So what you're going to do, you'll play the top string, and you're going to want it to be E. So if you need to hear it on the sound of this video to make sure you're not going way too high and snapping the string off. But you want the tuner to say E, and you want the line or the dot or whatever it is to line up right in the middle to tune into an E. Then you go to A, and you want your tuner to say A. D, you want your tuner to say D, G, G, B, B, E again on the bottom there. So that's really important. So try to get your guitar in tune before moving on with learning anything else. So that'll be the first thing. So let's assume you got your guitar tuned up. The second thing I'm going to go over is starting off, I recommend people using a pick. A lot of people learn not using a pick ever, and I think it's that knowing how to use a pick is definitely a very helpful thing to know how to do. And later on, if you don't want to use a pick, feel free not to. But holding the pick, so I like to use a hard pick. If you use a really light, thin pick, they're very flimsy and not ideal and for really anything, I don't think. I like to use a hard pick. And holding the pick, some people like to use the pointy edge to hit the strings with. I like to get a bigger grip on the pick and use the edge part. And if I want to use the edge part, I can not hit strings that I'm not meaning to hit easily or more often. And I just find it more ideal to use the side edge of the pick, and I feel like you get a better grip of it, and it's more ideal that way. But hold it any way you want, but just make sure you have a firm grip, you know, kind of resting on your pointer finger, pressing down on the thumb nice and good. There you go. So, you got your pick, got a nice firm grip on it. Recommend using the rounder edge, and you got your guitar tuned. So what else are we going to learn here? Okay, so I'm just going to show you 2 chords to get started on. The first chord we're going to learn is an E minor. Okay, so an E minor is arguably probably the easiest chord that there is. That's why we're going to learn it first. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take your middle finger, okay, and you are, I'm going to move this guy over here, move it down. And we're going to, so we're going to take this guy, take your middle finger, put it on the second, so these spaces right here are called frets. So here's first fret, second fret, third fret, fourth, so on. So on the second fret here, you're going to take your middle finger, you're going to press it on the second to top string. So you got, you know, the E string, you got your open E string, you open A string, middle finger right there. Second fret, second to top string. And then you're going to take your ring finger and you're going to put it right below, on the same fret, the second fret, on the string below that, so the third to top string. So you're pressing down on those 2 guys, and then you're going to want to press down and make sure your fingers aren't hitting the strings around it, okay? And then you are going to take your pick, and you can just strum the strings, and there's an E minor for you. So practice fiddling around with that until you can do it. Most people need to press down harder than they think on the strings at first. You know, if you don't press down hard, it sounds like that. If you press down, you get the E minor. Okay? So that's an E minor. You know, feel free to pause the video, practice that for as long as you want. And the second chord we're going to go over is an A minor. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to take these 2 fingers and we're going to leave them right where they are, and you're just going to drop them each down a string on the same fret. Okay, so this each just drop down a string. So if you played them now, it sounds like this. And then for an A minor chord, what we're going to do is we're going to take our pointer finger and we're going to press it down on the second to bottom string on the first fret, so right there. And then these 2 guys are in the middle on the second fret, on the middle 2 strings. Okay? So you got these 2 guys and your pointer finger pressing down. Make sure your pointer finger isn't muting the string below. You want to position your fingers so all the other strings are ringing out, and you just strum. And that is an A minor. Okay? So you got E minor, and you got A minor. Okay? So practice playing those chords. You know, if you really are like in a practice mood, and you're like, okay, I can play those chords, practice doing this. Just do 4 downstrokes. So just do 1, 2, 3, 4 on the E minor, and then switch to the A minor, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and practice transitioning in between the 2 chords. And you know, eventually, if you practice enough, you'll be able to switch really nice and quickly. It'll take a long time at first, so don't beat yourself up. But yeah, that's a good thing to practice. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be good. A good start for you. So I believe that's all I got for you today. So, you know, tune your guitar, practice tuning your guitar more, get a tuner, and practice holding your pick, using your pick, strumming those 2 chords, and you'll be on your way to learning your guitar. So, that's all I got for you. practice, practice, and adios.